Okay, Part 2, Chapter 3.1 to 3.4a, Quest Review. Okay, so now it says, for problems 10 to 12, graph the linear equations, graph at least one using the intercepts, graph at least one using the table. Show the method used for each. Okay, so we're going to use the easiest method possible here. But in this one, well, hey, why don't we use both methods? Just, I'll use both methods, but you have your choice. It's just as long as you use in one of the three problems you use the intercept method, and one of the problems you use the table method. Okay, but in this case we can use both. So we'll start out. We'll make a table. Right, we'll go x, y. All right, so let's choose some easy things. And well, in the table, I'm going to put the intercepts because they're the easiest numbers to choose. You can choose whatever numbers you want. So when x is 0, we're going to have, we have our equation is x minus 4y equals negative 8. See, we want to get some, coordinate points to make our line from, right? We need at least 2. It's good to have a third one just to check, make sure we're doing it right. So where x is 0, minus 4y equals negative 8. Okay, so we divide this to get the y alone. We divide by negative 4. The 0 isn't doing anything. Divide this by negative 4. And so we get y, because this cancels out, equals 2. Okay, so when x is 0, y is 2. Alright, well let's do the other intercept as long as we're at it. When y is 0, okay, so we have x minus 4 times 0 equals negative 8. Oh, that was easy. X equals negative 8. Okay, so that's negative 8. So we've got our intercepts here anyway. So we could just graph it from that, but I like to get a third number anyhow. So let's choose something that will work. If I choose 1, x minus 4y equals negative 8. I choose 1 for x. 1 minus 4y equals negative 8. Alright, so if I add 1 or subtract 1 or add a negative 1 to both sides, I'm going to get a negative 9 on the right. 4 is not going to divide evenly into a negative 9. So what will 4 divide evenly into? One thing we could do in this case to make life easier is to put it in terms of y. So if we have x minus 4y equals negative 8, and we add a negative x to both sides, right, negative x, this gives us a negative 4y equals negative x minus 8. Alright, now I'm going to divide by negative, get the y alone, divide by negative 4, divide this side by negative 4. Alright. That'll give us y, those cancel, y equals a negative x over 4, or a negative 1, no, it's positive, it's negative divided by negative, positive 1/4 x minus 2, because negative 4 into 8 is, no, it's a positive 2. Alright, so, okay, so now we want things for x that are divisible by 4. So we could choose 4, okay? 4. So when x is 4, y equals 1/4 times 4 plus 2. 1/4 times 4 is 1. 1 plus 2 is 3. So when x is 4, 3. Well, let's try 8. When, or we could do negative 4. It's up to us, right? Let's do negative 4. Okay, so if it's 1/4 times negative 4 plus 2 would be negative 1 plus 2, negative 1 plus 2, which equals 1. So negative 4, and that's 1. Okay, so let's plot all these points and see if they were right. We got 0, 2, oh good grief. Okay, so I graphed them while you're sleeping. So we have 0, 0, 0, 2, 0, 1, 2, negative 8, 0 right there. So those are our two intercepts. See? And then our 4, 4, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and then negative 4, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, right there. So our line, well, I could draw a straight line. It's difficult to draw with this iPad. I have to get a better stylus, I think. Anyhow, you can see that all those points are right on the line. So we've done it. Okay, now I got to graph this one. Y equals 3/4 x minus 4. All right, now I can see, and if I try to stick some numbers in, I can see that I'm gonna, if I use the intercepts here, I'm gonna get a fraction for my y-intercept. My x-intercept y is 0, my x-intercept, I'm going to get a fraction for my x-intercept. My y-intercept, that's not going to be no problem. That'll be negative 4. Alright, so I think I'm just going to use the table and pick out values that are easy. So x, y, here's our table. I'm going to pick things that 4 will divide into. So first thing I'll pick is 4 for x. And so we have y equals 3/4 times 4 minus 4. Okay, so 4 over 1, those cancel out. We get equals 3 minus 4, which equals a negative 1. Alright, so that's a negative 1. That's our first point. And when x is 0, that's an easy one. You can see that the 3/4 disappears and we get y equals negative 4. But if you don't believe me, you could try it. Y equals 3/4 times 0 minus 4. Y equals 0 minus 4, or minus 4, negative 4. Okay, so let's choose another one. Let's try, we could do 8, or we could do negative 4. Let's go with a negative 4. What the heck? We'll go negative 4 for x. So y equals 3/4 times a negative 4 minus 4. Okay, so that over 1, those cancel, and we get a negative 3 minus 4, and that equals a negative 7. Okay, so negative 7. Alright, so let's plot those points. Again, plotted while you were sleeping. So I plotted all the points. It's hard to plot with this chubby stylus, so big fat points. But for our first one, 4, negative 1, go over 4, down 1. Next one, 0, negative 4, 0. That's our y-intercept, whereas x is 0, negative 4 right here. And then negative 4, negative 7. Go back 4, down 7, right there. Let's see if I can draw a line through these points. Okay, so we've graphed it. Now, of course, we could have done all these on the graphing calculator, right? So why don't we show that? So the first thing we do is we go to this y equals, and we see all the y's, and we put in our equation, 3/4 x minus 4. And you have to put parentheses around the 3/4. It seems to work okay. Some calculators you do have to put the parentheses around it, and for some situations. So if it doesn't work this way, you put parentheses around it, right? Okay, so once we have that, then we're going to have to go and, if we've reset our tables to 0, start at 0 and go jump every 5, that's not going to be so great for this. So we have to think about how do we want to do it. Remember when we were trying to find different numbers that if we started at 0 and went up every 4, you know, that would be multiples of 4. That would work quite well. Or you could just put in start at 0 and go up by 1. Alright, and then you just search for the ones that have integers. You search for the integers for y, and I'll show you that. So if we're on this screen and we push second and then table, this is what we get. Assuming we've set the table at starting at 0, so you notice it starts at 0 and then it changes every 1. So we'll go 1, 2, 3. So for 0 we get an integer, right? Remember what integers are, right? The negative and positive whole numbers, basically. So 0 is negative 4. Yeah, 0, negative 4, that's that point, right? So we can fill in our 0, negative 4. Now the next integer we come to on the y is negative 1. That's for 4. Notice it's a multiple of 4. See, so the next one we come to, we have to scroll. You can just scroll down to 8 and you'll find the next one. And you can scroll down to 12 and find the next one, and so on. So it's up to you. So you can find them that way, or you could set the table at start at 0 and then change every 4. And then it'll jump to them. It'll go 0, 4, 8, so on, and give you your points. Okay, so here I've done it. I set it for start at 0 and then change every 4. And I just noticed something. You'll see when you first go into the table that this says this at the bottom of the screen. It says press plus for change in table. And maybe you already knew this, but I did not till just now. So you can push plus down there on the keyboard, and it'll say change a table equals or something like that. And you just put in 4, and then it'll change it. You notice this one is now 4. Starts at 0, changes every 4. So I've got 0, 4, 8, 12. And so I've got my ordered pairs. 0, negative 4, 4, negative 1, 8, 2, is 12, 5. And I could go up if I wanted to go into the negatives and go to negative 4. So that's an easy way to do it. Number 12. Negative 4x plus y equals 0. Okay, so we could do a table with this. Whoops. Okay, so, well, let's put it in terms of y. That's what I think I should do. I'm going to add 4x to both sides. And this becomes 0, y equals 4x. Okay, so with y equals 4x, if x is 0, y is 0. Hence, if y is 0, x is 0. So we can't use the intercepts to graph this because there's only one intercept. The x and y intercept are both the same. It's 0, 0. So we'll try some other numbers. Let's try if x is 1. Well, if x is 1, 4 times 1 equals 4. If x is 2, y equals 4 times 2, y is 8. Okay, that should be enough points. Okay, so we have 0, 0, we have 1, 4, and we have 2, 8. Well, it was close. With a ruler, you can do a much better job. 13. Graph the following. X equals negative 9. Okay, so x is negative 9. Negative 9 on the xy axis is right here. Is x always negative 9? Yes. If x is always negative 9, that means x is negative 9 no matter what y is. So, negative 9. Those are easy. Just look at, what is x? What is the number you're being told that the variable equals? Find that and think to yourself, well, is it always this? If it is, then you can make the line there. You can think these through easily. Okay, so here we are. It says find the slope, number 14, find the slope of the line and interpret as rise and run. Remember, slope m equals rise over run. Okay, so we'll pick a place to start. Okay, if I pick this spot, then the rise is if I'm going to this point, the rise is a negative 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, rise is 5. Negative 5, excuse me. We went down, right? Negative 5. Alright, the run So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The run is 5. So negative 5 divided by 5 is a negative 1. So m equals negative 1. Notice that you could have used the points too. We've got the two intercepts, right? We've got 0, 5, y-intercept, and then we have 5, 0, the x-intercept. If we do this thing, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, let's say we make this one first. This is number 1, this is number 2. This would be x1, y1, x2, y2. Okay, so my y2 is 0 minus y1, 5. Okay, x2 is 5 minus x1, 0. Again, negative 5 over 5, which equals negative 1. Number 15. Sketch a line passing through the point and having a slope m. Okay, so our point is this, 0, 3. Our slope m is a negative 1/4. Okay, so first let's find 0, 3. 0, 0 on the x, 0, 1, 2, 3 on the y right there. Okay, our slope being a negative 1/4, you could say, okay, a negative 1 rise over 4 run, or you can make it the other way. You can make it a 1 rise over a negative 4 run. Doesn't matter, you're going to get to the same place. Well, actually, you'll be on the same line. You won't get to the same place. So let's do the first one. Okay, negative 1 rise, down, run 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That spot right there. Or we go rise 1, run is a negative 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Should be right there. So either way, we're on the line. Number 16 is the same thing. A line that passes through the point negative 4, 2, and has a slope of 3. So first we find negative 4, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2. 1, 2. So it would be right there. Okay, our slope is 3. Which means the same as you have to have a number 3 over 1. You have to have a fraction, make a fraction out of it. So 3 is our rise and 1 is our run. So we can rise 3, 1, 2, 3, run 1. Right there. Then we just run a line through it. Alright, number 17. Write an equation for the line that passes through the points shown in the table. Okay, so the x's, the x's are always negative 5. The y's, however, the y's kind of jump around. It starts at negative 5, jumps up 2, then up 1, up 1, up 1. So we can't tell a heck of a lot from the y's, but all we need is right there in the x's. What does that mean when x is always a negative 5, no matter what y is? Think about it. Okay, if x is a negative 5, and is always a negative 5, x equals negative 5. See, it looks complicated, but it's really a simple problem, right? Okay, well, I hope you had as much fun. Well, actually, I hope you had more fun doing this than I did. And I'll see you in class. No reason not to get an A on this one. And so the sun sets over Long Island Sound.